Hello and welcome to episode 372 of the Daily Sales Message Podcast, where every day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. In this episode, I'm talking about a conversion. I hate to use the term like technique because it feels like I'm like pulling a fast one or manipulating people or something. A closing technique, a strategy, a structure that I use on a daily basis when I'm talking with potential clear sales message clients. And it's this notion of the decision is made for you. The decision is made for you. And that doesn't mean the buyer's not in control and I'm going to make the decision and tell them, hey, good news, you should buy from me. That's not what I mean. What I mean is we're presenting them with the information they need. And in the presentation of that information, it will be obvious whether or not this is going to work for them or not. Prime example for me with Clear Sales Message is I will ask a company or an individual, hey, what did you turn over last year sales-wise? You don't even have to share with me the number. Just get the number in your head. What did you turn over? Now, and this is at the point where I've explained what a clear sales message is, and I've gone into a lot of detail. So at this point, hopefully they'll be impressed with the detail. We'll see, but they should be impressed with the detail I'm going to go to and the kind of all the structures and strategies and techniques that I've got. So you've got the turnover figure in your head from last year. Now, it's not unfair to expect in the next 10 sales conversations you have, if we create messaging for you, that one of those will turn to sale where perhaps it wouldn't have previously. I don't think it's unfair to expect that. And actually, you're not just having those 10 conversations now, you're probably having 12 because these two additional people here didn't even know what you did before. Now they get it. So you're having more conversations, and that means at least 1 in 10. So at least 10% more are going to convert than previously, which is kind of a conservative estimate. So if you take the annual sales figure you've got, get 10% of that. If that 10% figure is more or less than what I'm going to charge you to do the work for creating a clear sales message, the decision is made for you, essentially. Because if it's less than what I'm going to charge you, then maybe you want to think about that. If it's more than what I'm going to charge you, then you're going to be instantly in profit. Now, there are no guarantees, of course. It could be way higher than 10%. It could be lower than 10%. But what we're using is this notion of it's reasonable to expect this outcome. And if that outcome happens, then the decision's kind of made for you. And again, that doesn't mean the buyer's not in control of that decision. Of course they are. I'm not forcing them to do anything, but I'm helping them to understand and to do the maths. What I'm actually helping them to do is know how to make the decision. So rather than asking the question saying, would you like to buy? What I'm saying is, here is how you'll know if this is right for you. If this happens, it's probably not right for you. And if this happens, it probably is right for you. But it's your choice. And I think that's why it works so well for me and the people that I sell to, because I don't like all this kind of closed, pushy techniques and stuff that people do, because I don't like it done to me. I like to be very upfront and frank with people. I want to work with you, but the decision is yours. You let me know. There we go. Right, I think I've waffled on enough there. So, today's podcast title, we've probably forgotten because it's about a couple of hours ago that we started the podcast, is Decision Made For You. This is a closing technique, a closing strategy where you present the information to your buyer, you tell them how to make the buying decision, and it's kind of a cat's paw in a way. It kind of abdicates them from responsibility because we're saying, if these parameters are met, you probably should buy, and if these are met, you probably shouldn't buy. So it simplifies things for them. It kind of lets them off the hook. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Probably one of the longest, most verbose ones. I'll have to check after it's in the edit. Tomorrow, 373. We're talking about 3 important letters in sales and selling. ROI, return on investment. And it doesn't always have to be monetary. But join me tomorrow and I'll explain more about that. In the meantime, thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. I appreciate it. I'll catch you tomorrow for another edition of the Daily Sales Message.